today, Miss Serene. How are you?
Hello. I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Doing lovely, doing
Good.
just fine. Just fine.
Excited to have you. So like Mike said, you are Serene. You're all the way in LA right now. And just for the listeners, just kind of tell us a little bit about you, your background, kind of where you're from, how you got into music, and where you are today.
Okay, yeah, for sure. So I've been kind of singing my whole life. I didn't really start taking it too seriously until I started releasing in 2018. I'm from Dallas, Texas, like the Dallas Fort Worth area. I won't say I'm actually from Dallas, but the area.
Yeah, close.
Um, And yeah, I've been out in LA for about 3 years now. And I just love it here. I came out here because I wanted to do more singing. I knew there was a lot of opportunity here. And yeah, I'm just excited to be here.
Right. So from Texas to Cali, which
Yeah.
I mean, Texas is technically West Coast a little bit. So I mean, it wasn't too much of a culture shock, was it? Or nah?
Um, it definitely had its moments. It was a little bit shocking. I feel like with LA, like you watch the movies, it's not like movies.
Okay. Okay.
It's a little bit more chaotic than the movies, but I love that about it.
That's funny. Cool. Yeah, man. So yeah, let's just dive right in, man. You said you've been doing music for quite some time. Like at what point did you decide to take it serious and like pursue it as I guess a career?
Yeah, so there's kind of like multiple points throughout my life where I was like, I think this is really what I want to do. First kind of started when I was really young. I was taking like piano lessons like through my parents. They were like, please take piano lessons. I didn't love it. I ended up stopping. But through that time I was like singing a lot. And I think it was like when I was 7 years old, I like watched Simon Cowell Crush Some Dreams on American Idol. And I was like,
Word.
that's so sad. But like these people shouldn't let go of their dreams. The next thing I knew, that was when I started writing music after that. So that was kind of like the spark of what started me writing. And then when I got into middle school, like late middle school, high school, I got my first laptop and I was like, let me try and like put some beats together. Let's produce some things. And that was really cool. So I was like, okay, taking another step in that direction. By the time I was graduating from high school, I was like throwing up my own little concerts for my friends and family
Word.
and stuff like that. And then once I got to college, I took a couple songwriting classes to really hone in on my craft. And one of those songs ended up being my first single that I released right when I got out. So yeah, there was just lots of steps that got there, but
Yeah.
it's always been there, you know.
Word. So you write all of your songs?
I do. I write all of my songs. I produce some of them, not all of them anymore, but yeah, all of the songs are written by me.
Word. So you actually make the beats. I mean, some people don't understand when you say produce, but you actually make the beats.
I do sometimes. Lately, I haven't because I've started working with this really dope producer. And I'm like, my favorite thing, honestly, is like the performance aspect of it and the songwriting aspect of it, of like the writing the lyrics. And so
Yeah.
I was like, if somebody else can take over the beat, I'm going to let them do that part.
Right. Right. But I mean, how cool is it? So does it ever like shock the people when because it's always to me personally because I make beats too. So it's always cool to see a female a woman who could do it. So is it do you ever see like that revelation or that shock on people's face when they find out? Because okay, let me ask you this. Who produced the Selfish record?
That was not me. That one wasn't me. That
Okay.
was actually somebody that I had met from Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Instagram has been like a big thing for me connecting with other like people in the music industry.
Yeah.
And so I ended up taking that beat and just writing on top of it, and I really loved it. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you haven't said this on the air, but I want people to know that your parents are actually from Ghana, right?
Yes, they
And,
are.
and so I don't know how to say it. Like, how do you Ghanese? What is it?
It's either Ghanaian or Ghanaian, depends on who you ask. But yeah.
Ghanaian. Okay. And you were telling us off the air that you're a first generation Ghanaian, And what has that been like? And has that played a role on the style of music, the direction that you go in? Like, how has that affected, who you are as a person and as an artist, I guess?
I definitely feel like it's inspired me in certain ways. Like I like to write about a lot of my own experiences, and I've kind of been experimenting a little bit more into going into like the Afrobeat side of things, just because I want to be able to connect more with my culture. Because like being first generation, it's like I see all the things that my parents show me, but like I wasn't there,
Right.
So a lot of the times it's
Yeah.
like kind of this push and pull of like how much like Africanness can I bring into this versus like, technically I'm like a full-blown American. So it's just like, it's definitely a duality and a balancing act. So yeah.
Cool. So like originally, like it wasn't like you didn't implement the Afro beats or any of that type of reggaeton into your stuff. It was just kind of pretty much Americanized, I suppose, or like American R&B.
Yeah, kind of. I feel like I had like little elements of it in there without me really thinking about it. But then I started to recognize that and I was like, wait, let's actually like do this with purpose rather
intentional.
than the intention wasn't there, but it was like it's already such a part of me that it would be surfacing regardless. So
right. Because I know like from the Selfish, we kind of get like a neo soulish kind of vibe, and it's giving like that mainstream kind of right now R&B feel, So I like it. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I want to kind of talk about the performing aspect. I know you said in your bio that you had your first viral moment in 2021. And after that, your producer started getting flooded with DMs and questions, ready for y'all to drop the song. So first, how was that viral moment for you? And secondly, I want to kind of talk about your first performance when that happened. Was that before the viral moment or after that?
Well, I've been kind of performing forever, like just in so many different areas and spaces. So there were definitely performances that happened before that viral moment, as well as after. But that viral moment was just so shocking to me because honestly, I did not know the song was ready. And he kind of leaked it without telling me.
Right.
So I get a call and I'm just, sitting having dinner with some friends and I get a call and he's like, oh my gosh, have you checked your TikTok? And I'm like, no, why would I? And he's just like, you posted a snippet of your song and it's going viral. And I was like, my first thought was honestly, why would you post a snippet of my song without telling me? Because I didn't even know it was done.
Right.
Then I was like, wait, hold on. Did you say viral? Like,
hold on now.
Then I was all excited and, I went on and I kind of saw what was going on and everyone's like, when are you dropping this song? Like, we really want to hear the full thing. And it was just kind of it was a crazy time, especially because I was moving to LA during that time. So I was like apartment searching and then this song starts taking off and I'm like, oh, I wasn't ready to release it yet. So like, what do we do? Like, people really came together for me on that moment. My friends helped me build a website. Like I was not ready at all. Like we were building a website. We were responding to comments. We basically had our own little like management team going based off of that video. And we were like, we got to capture this moment, had a photo shoot done just so that we could be ready to put it out as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Nah, that's dope.
Yeah, I kind of want to ask about this. So how was that process? So I know y'all got the website ready apparently because I'm looking at it.
SereneUniverse.com, just a shameless plug. SereneUniverse.com.
SereneUniverse.com. Make sure y'all check her out on social media and on the internet. So what transpired after that viral moment? I know you did say that you had your biggest performance yet. What was that, 2023 after that viral moment? So can you kind of explain how you landed that performance? What was kind of the process after you went viral? What started happening? Did you get any deals or
I didn't really necessarily get any deals, but I definitely had a lot of people coming at me and being like, we want to interview you. We want to talk to you. Are you going to be dropping any more stuff? It was a very big influx of different things happening all at once. And I'm not gonna lie, it was very stressful, but it was very exciting. And it was hard to kind of sort through like, what do I want to go ahead and try and what do I want to like back off on. And so I think my parents were really helpful in all of that. They've been my like biggest supporters. And so they were kind of helping me kind of navigate this space where I was like, okay, like what are we gonna do with all of this new information being thrown at us? Yeah, but the performance that I had in 2023, that was at Whiskey A Go Go, and that was just such a cool experience. It was the first time seeing my name on like the big sign outside, and
come
it was
on, Serene, come on now,
Serene, and I was so excited. It was such an amazing moment, and I'm very glad that I got to do that.
Nah, that's lit. So, just to clarify, you are an independent artist.
I am an independent artist, yes.
So let's talk about that. Like, let's talk about just the work that goes into being an independent. I mean, it's definitely more common now. And I think my question is, do you want a record deal? Do you want to stay independent? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
That's a hard one because like it would always be nice to have like a record deal, to have a team behind you to help you like figure things out both like creatively and financially. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know, there's so many horror stories with the record labels. I'm like, I don't know if I want to deal with that. Like,
keep your integrity, baby. Keep your integrity.
Exactly. But I will say it is a lot of work because I also have like my 9 to 5. I just also started running artist showcases in LA myself too. And so sometimes I'm like, I don't know why I'm doing all this. This is too much. But at the same time, I'm like, I love it. It's like really, it's just so like helpful and inspiring to me that I'm like, I get to do these things. So, but yeah, it's a lot of work being an independent artist. I don't think people realize how much goes into it beyond like actually making the music, having to also market it and do the business side of things and then promote it. And a lot of the times I'm really just relying on my friends to help me. And so they are
Yeah. I think it varies based off each situation. I don't think all, major label record deals are bad. I don't think all of them are good. I think it's just about negotiating power and, kind of what you know.
Yeah,
so.
Definitely like reading the fine print, making sure you know what you're signing up for.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Have a lawyer for sure to look over everything and everything.
Come on, attorney. Come on.
Just practical life advice.
Exactly. So let me ask you this. I know you're an artist right now, but you said that you do artist showcases. So do you think there'll ever be a time where you actually take on an artist and develop an artist as your artist and try to push them? Like, I know that you're pushing yourself now, but will there ever be a transition from artist to CEO? Because I mean, you're doing the showcases now.
I don't think so. I feel like I love being on the stage so much. And part of the reason why I started the showcases was, yes, because I want to put other people on to like amazing artists, but it also gave me the opportunity to perform as much as I want without having to go look for it. So it kind of had like its dual purpose. And so like, even though I am like running these showcases and getting more people together, I really want to build like a community of like-minded artists that really want to, pop off and help each other out. But it's also just like a great space that now I have this continual, like, I know that I'm going to do a performance every single month because I'm performing at my own showcase.
Got it. Yeah, that's cool. So like kind of explain the showcases to us. Kind of how does that work? How many people do y'all typically have? What are the venue? Do you have it at a particular venue or does that change? How many artists come?
Yeah, so the showcases are still pretty new right now. It's kind of a balancing act. We think we have like about like between like 5 and 7 artists each time. And then afterwards we convert it to an open mic so that people who want to like show up and support, but also like they love music and want to be on stage, but they don't necessarily have the capability to do like a longer set. They just want to like step up on there. So yeah, so we have like it's the showcase portion and then the open mic portion, and yeah, everyone just kind
You
of comes
guys,
through and
how often do you guys do them?
we do it once a month in downtown.
Oh.
LA, downtown LA.
Downtown LA.
Bruh, so like this is Hollywood we talking about. Like, so I mean, do you ever? Because we're gonna get to the music here in a minute, but like, do you ever get like starstruck or like see like famous people? It's like, whoa, this is this person. I know you've been there for what, 3 years now.
Yeah,
so it's coming maybe.
I do get starstruck sometimes, but honestly, it is pretty common at this point. Like I've seen a lot of celebrities, and I just feel like I don't know. Celebrities are people. I don't want to go up to them and be like, "Oh my gosh!" But at the same time, I know that if I was that person, I'd be like, "Oh, this person likes me. It's really cool." So
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, you got to pick and choose your battles. You know,
you gotta the vibe.
Yeah.
I remember one
just
time
never
I was
know.
on the elevator. I remember one time I was on the elevator with this rapper, this renowned rapper. I know y'all know. But I was just on the elevator. I'm trying to get down like he was. But he was like standing there talking to his friend all loud. I guess like trying to make it be seen. Like he wanted me to say something like,
I feel like you like reach a certain level where you're like, I don't want to be seen anymore because people just know too much already.
Right.
But like up until that point, you're like, yeah, come up to me, say hi.
He was like, I knew he wanted me to ask him, like, take a picture with me. I was like,
put that pride to the side, man. Put that pride to the side.
Well, no pride. I just want interested. You know, I don't want no picture. I really want a fan. I mean, I like the music.
Wow.
I ain't got no type, but
no, these are Mississippians. Okay,
yeah. It was in
Jeez,
Mississippi when I saw him.
For real?
Yeah,
that's hard. That's what's up. So let's get on this new hit single, "Selfish." Let's talk about. Let's dive into it. Like, what was the inspiration from it? I know you said that you write your own music. So was this a reenactment of real life? Was this just a thought that came and you put it together?
Yeah, this was a reenactment of real life. I feel like a lot of people have songs out that are about like romantic relationships. And even though this song definitely has some moments that I feel like could be taken that way, it was actually written about a platonic relationship that ended. And so it was just like my best friend for years. And all of a sudden things just like were not working. I was like, I feel like I saw the signs and just completely ignored them. And then eventually it came and just kind of blew up and was like, I feel like you're being selfish. And I'm like, because I'm trying to, take up my space and like, be me. And It really just made things just kind of crumble. And I was like, all right, well, I guess we're going to say goodbye to this. And I remember feeling so down about it for so long. Yeah. And that's how Selfish came out.
So it seems like you're a pretty kind-hearted person. That's what it was, a caring person to, care about a relationship. I know a lot of people just would be like, ugh. So yeah, man, what was the recording process for it? Like, did you hear the beat and then you wrote the song? Did you come up with the lyrics and then match it to the production? Like, how did that go?
For this one, I heard the beat and then I wrote the lyrics to it. When I was listening to it, I honestly was like, this just already started making me feel really emotional because I was kind of looking back on that relationship. And so I was like, okay, that's what I decided that the topic was going to be. And I just let myself write and put it all out on the page. And it ended up being one of my favorite songs from the album. So
yeah, it's hard. It's definitely got a, like I said, to me, it gives like a neo soul, but also like modern R&B. I don't want to say no artist because I know you your own person. So I don't want to say kind of the vibe that it put me in, but it's like that right now. What's hot. And so when did you record that? What, last year, 2024?
I recorded this Yes, I think, yeah, it was last year, 2024. Yeah.
Cool.
Do you have a visual to it?
I do not, but I am thinking about making one because, I've been playing with the idea of doing more visuals. I love to be on camera, so I'm like, you know what? Why not?
Yeah, yeah. Nah, that's. I think it'll do good. I mean, it's definitely doing good over here. But I think a visual for it, cause you got that look. You got that. That real chocolate shiny skin, man. It glows.
Thank you.
And I
So
had a
yeah.
producer to tell me he's produced for some people that are like mainstream artists. And I was just asking him like, so, because I do music too. It's just a hobby for me. But I was like, hey, when I'm releasing a song, kind of what do I need to do? He was like, before you even release it, you need to have a video shot for it. Because when people hear the song and you start dropping snippets on social media, people are going to go to YouTube and they're going to try to look for this song. So make sure you have a visual out there if that's your style, if you like to do videos and things like that. So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
but
Now
I
it's
like
definitely effective. You know, also just being kind of intrapersonal with the audience. Like really letting them kind of dive into who you are
it.
as a person.
Yeah.
Who are
I
some of
think
your
that's the right word. I hope that was
yeah. Who are some of your top 3 artists that you would say you find music inspiration from?
Okay. The top 3 for music inspiration. I feel like this is the answer that like people are always like, this is such a cop out, but I've been a Beyonce stan since birth, basically.
okay, Beehive.
I love me some Beyonce.
Okay.
Yes. And then another big one for me, Thames really climbed up to the charts for me because I love Thames, and I feel like,
Like a Tim's vibe.
yeah, she definitely inspired a lot of this album because I was obsessed with her during the time I was writing this.
Mm.
So yeah, definitely Beyonce, definitely Thames, and then a third artist. I don't know if I necessarily gain inspiration from this person in terms of my writing, but in terms of performance, it's somebody that I always looked up to, and that's Michael Jackson, because,
Yeah.
performing.
Yeah.
So
You can't go wrong with that one.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid list. So, like, when you perform, kind of walk us through that. Do you get nervous? Are you just like you're up there having fun? How is it?
I always get super nervous before a performance. I don't know what it is. I'm like, I know I'm gonna have fun when I get up there, but before I step on the stage, I'm in the back like, oh my gosh, why am I doing this again?
Hey, breathe, baby, breathe.
It was
Yes.
Beyonce or Michael Jackson, one of them. I can't. It was somebody that were like they get nervous before they perform, and they say that's how you're really passionate about something because you end up getting nervous because you want it to come off right. You want it to be
Yes.
received well.
There's
So
so many elements to the performance, and it's like, okay, I want to make sure that my voice is doing what it needs to do. I want to make sure the tech is right. I want to try and connect with the audience, make sure that they're having a good time. And so sometimes I'll get in my head about it, but I've more lately just been trying to be like, okay, they're already here for you, and like they already have like some sort of expectation. Just give them what they want. Like, don't think about it too much because I tend to overthink. So I'm like, just have fun.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, that's cool, man. So, do you have any like siblings?
I do. I have one older brother.
Okay, and so is he one of your big supporters as far as your music and your artistry, or
He
how does
is.
that work?
Yeah, my brother's like my best friend. He still lives in Texas and Dallas, and he he does what he can. He is always just like kind of supporting me. He hears all of my songs before they go.
Word. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
like always like, what do you think? What do I need
Yeah.
to change? So yeah, he's definitely a big supporter as well.
Nah, that's good, man. That's good.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
What are some of your goals music wise? I would say like 5 and 10 years from now.
Ooh. Honestly, I just want to be able to do music full time. I love it. I feel like it's my passion. And I just want to keep being able to share my music with the world and hope that people continue to enjoy it. And yeah.
Right on. Well, we enjoy it, and we really appreciate you coming through, blessing us with your presence and your story, your journey. You know, we looking forward to what it's gonna look like. You know, in 2-3 years, 3 to 5 years, 5 to 10 years, because you know the passion is evident, right? It's obvious that you have a passion for what you do, that you have a passion for people. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know how many people are writing a song about a platonic friendship breakup. You feel me? Like that's you.
Friendship breakups are worse than I feel like relationship
I
breakups.
I
mean,
think so
possibly,
too. Because
possibly
like
they
it's
are, but they not.
longer.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I can get it, but I'm just saying, like, how many people are being vulnerable enough to say this is, you know what I'm saying? This hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
So many people are trying to just be so hard body. Like they don't
Yeah.
have feelings and emotions. Like, be gone. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's cool, man. And yeah, just stay, a sweet, great person, because
Thank
it
you.
looks good on you, my girl. It looks good on you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I feel like as a Capricorn, everyone's always just like, oh, she's so hard and like closed off. And I'm like, I'm really not. Like, I might be a little bit of a workaholic, but I'm a soft girl on the inside.
So you went. I know this is kind of out subject. You went to school. You went to college type
I
deal.
did go to college. So
Right.
I
College.
Huh?
yeah.
She said she took some songwriting classes in
In
college.
college. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I I've
I'm
been living
sorry.
in three I've been living in LA for 3 years now, but I actually went to school in LA as well. So I was here and then I left and I came back, and that's why I said 3 years. But yeah, I went to USC. So I was out here for 4 years studying
Girl,
there.
you
So
smart.
What was your major?
I was in the Ivy and Young Academy. It was like a mixture of arts, tech, and business, but everyone thought it was a music school because it was started by Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine. And so everyone was like, oh, you go to that music school. And I was like, yeah, I wish it was music, but it's really not. So
Yeah.
Because I was wondering about that because you said you took the songwriting classes. And I was like, that's
yeah.
cool. I was going to ask what school that was.
That was like a separate, had nothing to do with my major. I was like kind of just with my
An
extra
elective.
classes
Yeah.
was taking all the music school stuff. So
Was it helpful? Do you feel like did it help you? Because I'm sure you were probably writing songs before then, but when you took the class, did it help your technique?
it definitely helped. And it was also cool because it was like the first time that I actually was writing with other people. And so I realized how much I like that collaborative aspect of it. So honestly, I kind of like look for that a lot more now. And I don't think I would have done that if I hadn't taken that class. I would have always just been like, I'm writing by myself and that's it.
Yeah.
And I know that big stars usually have like a bunch of people on their songs, but for me it's always just been like me and my pen. And so I was like, it's kind of cool to see what it's like when I'm bouncing ideas off of other people and they're bouncing it off of me. And so yeah, I'm loving the collaborative aspect of songwriting. So I'm always like looking for more people to songwrite with now.
For sure. Two heads are always better than one.
Yes.
Always. And so did you ever get to meet like Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine? Did they ever
I
come to the school?
did. Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy work. Man, that's crazy work. That's big business to me.
Yeah, because we were the first class. So it was a lot of like press going on during that time. And so it was not only that I was like moving to LA, but then I was also like, oh my gosh, like these are the kids like that are gonna be in this class.
Right.
And of course, I was the only Black female too. So then they always wanted me in like a lot of the promo materials.
The token.
First. Right.
Oh God.
Diverse and inclusive.
Yes.
Wow.
But it was fun. It was really cool. We definitely had like a lot of opportunities to like see Jimmy and Dre and everything. But yeah, it was cool. It was really a nice experience. And so I'm happy that I got to do it. I feel very lucky about it.
You feel me? That's a unique opportunity.
Yeah, it was very unique. I'm no regrets going to USC.
For sure. So I mean, man, We've been here for a while. What was it like being the only black female? Because look, when I was in the third grade, I was the only black child, period, in my class. So I just wanted to know what that was like.
I mean, to be honest, it didn't really faze me because I like grew up in a very white area, and so I'm like
Okay.
used to not being
Okay.
around a lot of
Not being
people
the
that look like
majority.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, it still had its diversity. I just like it was very obvious that I was like the only black female, and so I honestly was just kind of like, I'm just here to go to school, get my work done, and meet new people and learn. And so,
Right.
yeah,
I just was curious on, the
Yeah.
experience, what that experience was like, because like I told Crispin, when I was in third grade, I didn't even know until a teacher told me
yeah.
that
I
I was
feel like
you know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
you don't
these are the,
really realize it because you're like, this is just your reality until somebody else points it out to you, and then you're like, oh, well, I didn't really
Oh,
think
I
about it like
am.
that. Yeah,
like, oh, okay, okay. It is what it is.
yeah.
Wow.
But that's awesome. That's awesome. So before we get out of here, just anything that you want the people to know, you can give your social medias, like where they can find you, where they can follow you, and just any message that you would have for anybody.
Yeah, of course. You can follow me at Serene's Universe on all social media platforms. I primarily use Instagram. I'm starting up my YouTube channel again this year. And of course on TikTok. And all of my music is out on all streaming platforms under Serene. So that's Serene, like Serenity.
Mhm.
And yeah, I just want to say, like, thank you guys so much for having me on the show today. And also that if you ever have a dream or desire, just go for it. Like, just go for it. It's going to be so much more worth it if you just go for it.
That's right. That's right. Thank you so much, Serene,
Yes,
for
thank
coming
you.
through. And hopefully we can have you back on, because it's a few questions it's some more questions I have, but I know we gotta go. But
What you
definitely.
got, Mike? What gonna ask her? What you got?
What? Okay, I just wanted to know, where did the name Serene come from? Because I don't think we asked that.
I mean, that would have to be a question for my parents because I
That's
do
your
not
real
know.
name. Oh
That's my real name.
wow.
Yeah.
Everybody don't use a stage name.
You
No,
feel
it's
me?
my real name.
That's dope. That's
Mhm.
dope. Shout out to your mama and your daddy, man. Tell them I love them. Tell them Mike said he loved you for that. You feel me?
I will.
Yeah, we'll
But yeah,
definitely
that's dope.
when you come back and just see the progression and just see what 2025 does for you.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming on. And make sure you guys definitely go follow her and check her out on social media.
Thank you for
Serene
having me.
Universe.
That's right. It's been another successful interview with my girl Big Janez and our special guest Serene. Now, if you miss any of our exclusive interviews, you can go to Soul Lux Life on YouTube. That's SOLUX Life, LIFE. Make sure you subscribe, comment, and like all of that good stuff. And yeah, until we meet again, hold it down.